What is happening, y'all? Welcome on back to our final part of the walkthrough series. Starting things right here from Celestial, and we are ready to go. So this is a shortcut that we're going to get a little bit later. Now, just head on up this way.
Do you think you are ready? I have come this far. Nothing else matters anymore.
So I'd suggest sending this elevator back down. There's a good chance you're probably going to die here. Alright, the very first thing we're going to do is snipe him. And we're just going to wait here for our floating platform. Now these ones are safe, but a couple of the platforms here can crumble, which is what makes this area so irritating. Get that, and then that one out. Now, this platform is going to do Mario flips when we go on it, so we got to get over to that corner. So we're going to drop, and then we're just going to run, and we want to be like right here. This is a good spot. And you have to do that quick. If you take too long, it's going to do another Mario flip, and it's just going to dump you down below. Which is why I hate this area so much. Alright. Go up. Grab that. Now, these platforms will also crumble. So, we got to get here, here, and then we're good. Now, while we're behind this pillar, charge up a javelin. That bat. Hit him again. Oh, I did not want to deal with that thing. Grab the loot and drop. Beautiful, beautiful. This is going super smooth so far. Alright. Same thing. Just slow and steady. We don't gotta sprint. Another Mario flip platform. Same thing. Just move with a good pace. And we're safe right here. And now we're just waiting for this. There we go. Oh my god, I can't believe we pulled it off with no... We didn't die. That's amazing. That's right, let's get that in a second.
Master of chaos nearby.
So first, we're going to take this. This will just take us back downstairs to the nexus that we had passed. That way, if we die in this next section, we're set. And I really don't want to use this, but we're going to go ahead and use it. I'll probably end up going back for the boss and crafting up some lesser ones just so we have them for the boss fight. Right, so drop through the hole. Then we open this door first. It's the door that we passed a second ago. Now, I don't know if we can hit it from here. There's a, okay, we might be able to. Let's get over here first. Get to a safe location. Grab the fire enhancer. And zip over here. Safe? Yes, we are. Beautiful. That makes life so much easier. We should have on a dead lantern. Yep. Get the lacrima here. It's going to be more lacrima over here. And then there's going to be two great shield guys that are going to be coming out. Yeah, look that way. Bit wasteful for a large spirit core, but it's okay. last thing before we're home free is one of our golems. Open the gate, and we are now at Ozma. Final boss. Obviously, we do have New Game Plus after we beat him, but this is effectively it. This is it. So all of the healing stuff, everything we've been saving, now is going to be the time to use it. Now, there's a couple things we're going to do before we go into the boss. Down here. First is just running on over to the blacksmith and over to our witch. So we're going to take our blades and we're going to get those as high as we can. So you will make it 141. You'll make it 141. I want to get it up to 140. Get it up to 140. Then I can use you. So 142. We're just maximizing our damage. Get our weapon as high as possible for the upcoming encounter. Go by the blacksmith. Unlock some new sets. I don't think it's anything I want. Strategist gear. What we're coming to him to craft is... I'm going to want some spirit ores. I'll grab those as well. Lightning can work pretty well in the fight, so have about 10 of those. You could go Chaos Resistance. Honestly, I think it's more important to just have Chaos Cleanse. So Chaos Cleanse, and then Special Cleanse is also really nice here. Obviously, this needs Transmutation Mist compared to the other, but it cures everything. So basically, Spirit, Chaos, and then Special Cleanse are going to be your best friend. Going over to Khazan's Memories, we get that. The final one comes after we beat the boss. We get our last 3. Obviously, you can get your helm right now if you want, but you might as well wait. It'll be a higher level if we buy it after the fight. We should be fine with the helm we have. Grab the spirit upgrade from Defrona.
There are no more effects left.
Now we are ready to go. Got everything we could want for the boss fight. Let's see. Actually take this off and put on the regular spirit ores instead. So let's talk about Ozma. Now, since we're going for the hidden ending, Ozma is going to be 3 phases. Now, phase 1, he has multiple elements he can call upon, but the big thing to be aware and most concerned about is the chaos. He's going to have some ice attacks, he's going to have fire attacks. I think he might actually work lightning into the mix as well. But chaos is the main thing that we are concerning ourselves with. That's what we want to avoid at all costs. And honestly, the biggest thing with phase 1 is just going to be staying aggressive. Now, he's going to throw chaos spears at you. You can dodge or brink guard. I would suggest brink guarding, because if you dodge them, they're just going to hit the ground, and after a while, he vacuums them all up into like a mega chaos spear. So by brink guarding, you destroy them on hit, and you can help prevent that. He has a lot of reflect windows. He has a 2-hit melee combo that will chain into a third if you don't reflect him. Both the first and second hit are great reflection opportunities. His bigger elemental attacks, I would suggest just dodging outright. But phase 1 is all about just maintaining aggression on the boss to take him down. Once we get into phase 2, things mix up a little bit. So he's going to attack with his wings. You can reflect those, and I would highly recommend it. There's going to be more brink dodging that goes on, because there's a lot of AoE type attacks. At one point, he can go up into the air and he does an AC 130 type thing, very similar to Troika. When he does, you want to reflect like the first 5, and then you dodge the big one. And you're going to repeat that 3 times. And then when he comes down, if you manage to brink guard him as he comes down, it cancels out the big AoE that he would do. Once we get to phase 3, it's very similar to phase 2, but with a couple more chaos lasers worked in, and it's really just a DPS race, because all we need to do is deplete his stamina 3 times and the fight basically ends. He does have a couple new attacks, but it's mainly like stuff you're just going to be running away and dodging from, like him up in the air doing bullshit. Obviously, set up your item. You're going to want to have access to, like I said, this is all about pulling out everything you have. So, for example, willpower orbs are going to be a huge heal for us. It's going to be like a 70% heal with our heal boost. So I have Spirit Ore on just to get the willpower orbs up, you know. My whole thing here is I will utilize Spirit Ore to heal with willpower if it comes down to it in an emergency. We obviously have our Tear Stones as well, giving us a nice little chunk of health. We have stuff to cleanse a variety of attribute effects. We'll actually probably just keep that one on and put these guys on. But honestly, for your first couple attempts, I wouldn't worry about using stuff like your willpower orbs. I would focus mainly on just cleansing chaos and getting a feel for the fight, because learning how to reflect the attacks makes a massive difference in how this fight plays out.
Khazan, why do you insist on fighting me?
So there's the ice attack. We just dodge behind it.
Ozma, look at how you've changed.
There is the attack that we're looking for. That's his big blade attack that we want to counter. There's the chaos that we want to brink guard. You can see very minimal chaos buildup from that. He does ice stuff. We just dash behind it. He does the fire stuff. Going to dash away. For this, honestly, I would just hold block. You can brink guard it, but the timing might be hard, so you're probably better off just holding block that, and then get a reflect off when he does that dive. You always block and then reflect. It's the flame laser. You can reflect these wing hits, but it might be safer to just run away during them. And that's the big one. Turns into a much bigger explosion if you let him build up lots. For this, you just run to the side. There we go. Perfect setup reflect on that. Right now, we are dying standing inside the chaos puddle. We don't want that. Brink. Oh, too early on the reflect. We can show off a little bit of phase 2. Taking things too slow, taking too many hits. So his wings are a good cue. Boom. You can see how he kind of like primed up. He was like, I'm going to attack with this side. Block that. And brink guard that. Like to dodge that punch. See, I'm guarding and then dodging. This is a multi-hit, so be very careful here. Oh. Fucked it up. So with that, I would recommend brink guard, and then if you can hit the brink guard on the third hit, it works. Alternatively, you could also consider, if you have something like Heat Wave on Spear, that works very good there. But a big counter hit is really what you want there. And then phase 3 is a little bit easier, but let's push through a little bit. Let's lock in and show. When he does this, he's creating a big fire AoE. See how we're just staying back from that. This is why I like to stay on top of him, because the closer you are, the less bullshit he does. I didn't go for the third attack there. He's doing his big thing. Just gonna block it. It'll reflect off on the wing. We're taking too much chaos damage here. Okay, though. Also fucking up my brink dodges, or brink guards a little bit. We obviously do not want to stand in that. He does the tornadoes, just back out of it. Block, reflect. I'm fucking up my timing. I think I need to change. I'm not brink dodging enough in this fight to really take advantage of Conrad. Sorry, this one's a lot harder to reflect. I don't even know if you can, to be honest. Block. Block. And I like to brink dash behind to try and get some damage in. Alright, once he goes up in the air, now we can show off the brink guards. So, dot, boom, boom, dodge. Brink, 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 dodge. Brink, 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 dodge. Oh, supposed to dodge that last one. And then if you don't brink guard that, he does a big old AoE, and we want to avoid that, so obviously try and get that brink guard off if you can. When he does this rock, you got to just burst through this as fast as you can. If you manage to burst through it, good. If not, oh! It explodes and does a bunch of damage, so really trying to burst through that. Alright, we have made it into phase 3. Let y'all watch the cutscenes on your own. Phase 3, this is, like I said, we're going to be pulling out all of the stops to keep healing going here if we used up all of our heals. So willpower orbs, get that health up. I'm going to do 2. Brink, brink. Oh, I thought I had the... Nope, did not get the brutal counter. It's okay. We're going to actually switch one thing up here for a proper attempt here. I'm not brink dodging to a point where I'm getting any advantage on... I didn't even bother finishing my awakenings. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm just really not dodging enough. So the spear, you can get behind him and just pump damage, but we aren't taking advantage of that. So instead, I'm just going to I'm gonna pre-buff. I'm just gonna go in and pump as much damage as possible here. That's what happens if you don't brink guard enough of them. Ooh, that one you can just brink guard and it's... These you just dodge, and the last one is delayed, so you gotta, like, has like a slow startup effect on it. No! Ah! Keep fucking up my dodges, bro. I mean, he is the final boss. What I really need, I need to get behind him, to be honest here. Wonder... Let me, I'm going to try working that in. I don't know if it's going to put me directly behind him, but if I could get that, I could just switch over to a stamina-based setup. Ah. I'd like to fight him outside of that. Maybe I have to do it immediately at the start. Let's see. Yeah, I can do it that way. Okay. Ah. I need to have that buff up. Ah, he ran away. I will actually knock him down. I don't think I've ever had him this low on stamina during this phase. Let's see what happens. Nice. Cool. Somehow avoided his command grab there. Now these are really annoying. They're like little black holes, so you gotta dodge a couple times to get away. You really want to cross the arena so that you have some normalized movement during this. Ah! Fucking up. For this, we want to just wait. And then dash away, 'cause it's going to do a big ground explosion, which you can see happening. No, he got me with the command grab. Oh, he's doing so many of these things. Would you stop? Damn. Alright, back into phase 3 we go. Just being extra uppity right now. Get our first. Full block, and then guard. Guard and then dodge at the last second. Oh, God. Nope, dude. Man grab city over here. I get hit by that. swear to God I'm hitting it, but apparently not. Get down. There it is. And after the third, we go for the kill. Master of Chaos Scroll. It gives you one of each orange type of a weapon. And with that, Khazan has defeated Chaos. I feel like they buffed. I don't know, man. I don't remember this fight or Reese being as hard as they were in the walkthrough. They were somehow easier for me in the Let's Play. But we're not quite done just yet. We still have a couple things to go until we obtain our final trophy. We're going to get some dialogue. Empire fell to ruins. Blah, 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 blah. Go to Ozma's headquarters. You'll interact with the sword. You'll interact with the T. We'll go downstairs and interact with this. Get a really messed up memory about what happened to Reese and what ultimately pushed Ozma to say, screw it, I'm destroying the entire world.
What's the point of ripping the world apart with your hatred?
Here we have the full diary, so you can read everything instead of having to scroll through the stuff. And then lastly, we have the portrait. This is going to roll the credits. After getting through the credit roll, of course, you will then get your achievement for beating the game. Now, I think they have patched it to where you get the achievement for beating it on easy as long as you beat it on normal. I know in my personal playthrough, what I had to do was beat Ozma and then just go back in and beat him a second time. And then the achievement for normal also popped up. But at this point, we are done. Now, obviously, there is New Game Plus and then there's New Game Plus Plus. There are 2 iterations. Gear keeps getting better. You know, enemies are stronger. I don't know if it changes up enemies because I've been working on this and haven't had a chance to play through. But when you are ready to go in and experience that, you just talk to Blade Phantom and go to begin next journey. And in the meantime, anything else that you want to do, you can do. So if you want to refight bosses, like if I wanted to, you know, go after Ozma and keep fighting him to get a full set of his gear, which I probably will with this build. Now is the time to do that. Your blacksmith and all that's going to carry over into New Game Plus, so you don't got to worry about that. But this is a great time to farm up any set pieces or anything that you want before you go into New Game Plus, especially because now that we have defeated Ozma, we have unlocked access to crafting up epic quality gear. So if I go down to my set, the Bloodthirsty Fiend, you can see crafting up this version of it, I will get Phantom Bloody Sword Dance as well. And then there's an extra bonus. So a Brink Guard bonus, Swift Attack bonus, Spirit Accumulation is up, more Swift Attack, more Spirit Accumulation. And so there's a lot of different bonuses that we're getting, which just makes our sets even more dynamic. And from what I understand, it goes even a step further after you get through New Game Plus and you get into Legendary gear. But either way, that is going to wrap things up for the 100% walkthrough for the first Berserker, Khazan. I believe the series for AI Limit will still be ongoing when this wraps up, but the current plan for our next coverage is going to be a Lies of P walkthrough. I personally don't think it really needs one, but people have asked endlessly for it, and considering we have DLC coming up, why not? Let's bang one out. So, thanks for coming along on this journey, and I hope to see you on the next one.